Everyone good? Thank you. My name is Michael Muley. I have Katie Arrington spokespersons for the past 2 weeks, and we are fortunate today that Katie is able to address you all directly. With us today, to the far left, is her husband, Rob Arrington. Next to me is Dr. Avery Buchholz, who is one of Representative Arrington's surgeons. And to my right is State Representative Peter McCoy, who is the Arrington family attorney. How this is going to proceed today, Dr. Buchholz is going to give an update on Katie's condition. Representative Arrington will speak for a few moments, and then we'll open it up for 10 minutes of questions and answers. After the question and answer period is finished, Representative Arrington and South Carolina State Party Chairman Drew McKissick, who is here, will be able to do some one-on-one interviews. We also have in the front row, just to point out, Jackie Goff's family. As we mentioned at the last press conference, we would just respectfully ask that all questions please be related up here and not directly to the family until they're ready to answer questions about Jackie on their own. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Avery Buchholz.
Thank you. Ms. Arrington is doing well from a recovery standpoint as expected. We are excited she's able to leave, but we are sad to see her go. She has a great energy, and we've enjoyed meeting her in this process. From a medical standpoint, she is doing well. She is recovering well, but the reality is there's recovery to go, and it's realistically is going to be another month or so of her taking it easy and limiting physical activity. For anyone who knows Katie, they're going to know she's going to test those limits, and they will not be surprised when she does that, and that's okay. She's very motivated, she's determined, and that's going to help her in this process. But there is no easy path through this. She's going to be painful. Externally, she looks great, but internally, she is still healing, and that pain is going to take some time to subside. But we expect she's going to do well. She's been doing well, and we anticipate a full recovery.
Thank you, Doctor. And now we're going to turn it over to Representative Arrington.
So, stop it. So first and foremost, thank you, God, because 2 weeks ago today, there are no words other than thank you, God. The next person I need to thank is Miss Jackie Goff. My dear friend, you know, they call it the Brace for Life impact, and I don't know who came in to see me yesterday, but they said it's a true test of someone's character when you look at their injuries. And Jackie and I both have, my arm is all dislocated, and Jackie's arm, this way, is all dislocated. Because when we brace for impact, we brace to hold on to each other. And Jackie's family in the front row, I owe Jackie Goff my life, and I don't for a moment discount that. God and Jackie were my saviors. To the family of Miss White, my deepest and most profound condolences. I remember everything. I did not lose consciousness for a second. And I just want you to know that your mom, your daughter, your sister will forever be etched in my memory and my family's. And then to these amazing people. Dr. Dreamy over here, and Dr. McDreamy is actually on a well-deserved vacation. But the staff of MUSC, from Latrice, who came in every morning and was cleaning my room and talking to me, to amazing nurses, from Miss Clara to Corey Squared, you will never go forgotten, or Kat or Catherine. By the way, no one named their baby Catherine. We have far too many of them in the world right now. The staff at MUSC, this is not a job for these people. This is a calling. Dr. Cole, it is amazing what you and Pat have been able to create here. It is inspiring. It is life-saving. There are just no words to say thank you and my gratitude. This truly is a gem. MUSC is a gem not only of South Carolina, but the Southeast. I do believe very much that God always has a mission and a plan. And there was a mission God had for me when he embraced me on Friday night at, I think, 9:26 p.m. And if any of you do not believe in God, please do look at this woman sitting before you. There's no facial trauma. There's no neurological damage. and there is no reason why other than God. So as I pray every day, numerous times, I beg of you to do the same, and thank God every single day. To this doctor, thank you for letting me walk. I appreciate that. My husband probably is really, really appreciative of it because the laundry ferry will continue to go. But I may look good on the outside to you all. I am in a great deal of pain, but I want to go home. I want to go home. Not that the waking me up every 2 hours wasn't fun, but I want to go home. But there's nothing I could say about this place. I do ask for your continued prayers as Ms. Goff is in an extreme amount of pain. She will be here for a considerable amount of time, and I just, once again, to the family of Jackie Goff, I love you like family, because you are. And I'll open it up to questions.
And again, before we start questions, I just want to make it clear, there are parts of the accident that are still being reviewed, some reports and others, and that's why Representative McCoy is here. So there may be some questions that Representative Arrington may not be able to answer at this time.
Bill, how are you doing?
Well, I'm fine. It's so good to see you up and about.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to not have tubes in me anymore.
Harv Jacobs wants you to know he's praying for you.
Thank you very much.
I told him I would. When are you going home, and what do you look forward to when you get home besides seeing your husband and your family?
So I'm going home right after this, and I didn't say enough about my husband. He has not left my side since the accident. He has, I joked around my whole lifetime, like, why did I marry a tall man? This man has picked me up and literally carried me around the hospital room and sat with me when I cried and put me back together. So I'm going home to him, but my first stop is to see my mom. I'm leaving here and going to see my mom. She's in hospice and unable to see me. And then tomorrow I plan on sitting in my bed, taking my pain meds on a regular basis and doing exactly what the doctors tell me to do for at least a day.
It's good to see you, Kate.
Thank you too, Bill. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Oh, hey, Miss Caitlin, I didn't even see you down there. How are you? I'm alive. You know it.
Tell us, how much have you been thinking about the campaign as you've been working through this very traumatic event in your life?
Well, if anybody heard the story, it really was legitimately the truth, and my husband can testify. The ventilators were still in. I mouthed the words, I love you, to my husband, and I can say it now, my secret name. So I started writing with my hand in the air, the C, the A, and the M, and my husband, Rob, what was I saying?
You're saying campaign?
Campaign. The campaign hasn't stopped for me. But the way it's gone in the hospital actually was the most unique way. God has a unique and beautiful way of working through me. Several, I will say staff, but now friends, were coming in and just learning about their life stories. I mean, that's one of the things I love to hear about people. Able to help people while I was from my bed. It's amazing. I'm going to take doctor's orders very seriously. I don't want this injuries to prevent me from living a full, energetic life, so I'm going to take the time. But this campaign's never stopped for me. This is hard work, perseverance to get to Washington to represent this community, this district, and this nation, and it hasn't stopped.
Hi, Ms. Arrington. Congratulations on a wonderful recovery. I'm Ann Emerson with ABC News 4.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
I recognize your face, so you're okay.
I wanted to ask you, you are quite a survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Your story is
Thank
one
you.
of survival already. Tell me how this fits into the pieces of puzzle of your life as a survivor. How are you going to face the next chapter?
Every single thing I've ever done has been about surviving. There's no other option. It just makes me stronger. You remember when we were kids, we had those weeble wobbles and they don't fall down? When something pushes me, it makes me stronger. So this was, You know, those of you who don't know my story, my son was born with special needs, and I learned a great deal about that side of medical care and the programs that are needed and necessary. I'm a strong proponent for health care, but I can tell you from being on this side of the bed and understanding the response of these people, a whole new agenda. You know, we have one level 1 trauma center in our region, MUSC. If I was 2 to 3 miles down the road, I may not have lived because I would have had to gone to a different hospital before I would have gotten medevac to MUSC. These are things now that are ingrained in my heart that God had a purpose and a reason, and now I need to fix those things. I knew about them before. I've lived them. I've tasted them. I've smelled them, and I can tell you, like nothing else, I am a determined woman. So it's made me stronger. Like every other a challenge that God has put in before me, it's just made me stronger. Thank you for the question, though. Anybody else? Well, that might be the easiest thing ever. I like that.
Well, thank you all again. As I mentioned before we began the press conference, we have a couple of folks here, South Carolina State Party Chairman Drew McKissick, and obviously Representative McCoy, if you would like to do some one-on-ones after. But we respectfully ask that you allow Katie and her family to get home and reunite.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
To everybody watching, and to this everybody in this room, I'm just like you, and I'm really just a nobody. And the fact that you open your hearts and your prayers to me, I'm just somebody who wants to serve. I don't deserve it. There are 1,000 people that get hurt every day. And coming down here today, there was a baby that we had to get off the elevator on to get on. And just know that every day this hospital is creating and doing miracles. I'm no different. And I thank you for picking me, for letting me be the moment to show off how amazing people like this are. And I thank you. But I thank you, the nation, South Carolina, everyone in here, the prayer circles, the prayer vigils, the prayer shawls, the rosaries. Thank you. God is great. And let's always remember that. Thank you so much and have a blessed day. Drive safely, people. Please drive safely. Have a good day.